Yeah. Breathe out. Let the tempo catch you. Pixels dimming down as the afternoon fades. Navigated through the maze of the daily trades. Half empty water glass sitting by the mouse. Quiet starts to settle in the corners of the house. Struck off the checklist piece by careful piece. Finally sinking into that slow release. Nothing for the history books, nothing much to boast. Just cruising along the shoreline, walking the coast, yeah. Steady rhythm, kept the balance right, kept the vessel afloat. Just another quiet chapter that nobody wrote. No standing ovations, no medals to wear. Just exhaling the heavy, taking in the air. Dodge the daily static, rode the baseline low. Another simple shift with a steady pace flow. We made it through. Sun dipping down past the concrete spine. Street lights buzzing with an amber design. Shifting mental gears from the hustle to the chill. Letting all that frantic energy suddenly drop still. Didn't conquer any mountains, just walked the trail. Caught a gentle little breeze in a weathered sail. That's the beauty of the ground when you don't overplay. Just letting the busy hours wash softly away. Don't sweat the small stuff, don't chase the ghost. Give a little nod to the piece you need most. Mind is off the clock now, shoulders dropping down. Watching all the twilight shadows paint the town. Yeah, just let it drift. Turn the lock, pocket the keys. Matching the rhythm of the evening breeze. Tomorrow is a blank page waiting to unfold. But tonight is for the rest. Let the record spin, let the tape roll. Check the time. We made it through. The minute hand finally hit the sweet spot. Cleared the desk, untangled my thoughts. Crossed a few lines with a blue ink pen. Didn't break records, but I found my zen. Browser tabs shrinking one by one. Nothing spectacular, but the duties are done. No heavy lifting, just riding the groove. Found a little pocket where the energy moves. Yeah, just keeping the balance. Just an average shift fading into gray. No confetti falling, just a regular day. Walked the tightrope of the 9 to 5 wire. Didn't crash and burn, didn't catch on fire. Navigated the noise, kept a steady pace. Earning my spot in this quiet space. That's a victory, plain and clear. Packing up the bags as the shadows appear. Dust creeping up on the skyline view. Swapping out the gray for an indigo hue. Mind is entering battery save. Drifting along on a mellow wave. Didn't solve the world, didn't crack the code. Just carry my piece of the daily load. Sometimes the magic is just walking away. Leaving the puzzle for another day. Take the jacket off, let the shoulders drop. Don't need to hustle until you pop. It ain't about sprinting 24/7. Peace of mind is its own kind of heaven. Just coast. Just coast. Keys in the pocket. Walk out the door. Let the silence settle on the office floor. The shift is over. Catch you on the flip side. Yeah, found a pocket, let the tempo ride up. Looked at the untouched margins right at the break of noon. Now I've carved a tiny melody out of this quiet tune. I'm not aiming to conquer the globe or take the crown, just turning the heavy volume of the panic down. Pushed a couple of syllables into a gentle rhyme, a subtle elevation, just a minor climb. No flashing cameras, no roaring crowd to please, just quietly making friends with the evening breeze. Yeah, shifting the gears, turning the knob, just a fraction of a notch. No reason to be a prisoner to the pocket watch. Turning the knob, feeding the spark, slowly illuminating the edges of the dark. Yeah, catching the wave. Trust the rotation, don't force the lock. The metronome ticking slowly on the wooden shelf, a solitary phrase unfolding by itself. The clouds outside are painted in a copper glow, while I'm nurturing a rhythm, learning to let it grow. The rush hour traffic honking down on the boulevard, but keeping the focus inward isn't really hard. It's a sneaky progression, completely off the radar, but I'm definitely closer to catching a shooting star. Yeah, leaving the rut, turning the knob, just a fraction of a notch. No reason to be a prisoner to the pocket watch. Turning the knob, trusting the weight, letting the scattered fragments finally integrate. Yeah, holding the line. A little more clarity in the view, the bronze horizon fading out of cue. Just a modest little shift and rest in the mind. Yeah, just laying the bricks, let it marinate. Looked at an empty screen when the shadows were short. Now I built a tiny shelter in the mind's resort. I'm not aiming for the medals or the winner's parade, just making sure the foundation is properly laid. Wove a couple of threads into a singular string, giving just enough lift to a heavy wing. It's not a headline story for the evening news, just a gradual departure from the morning blues. Yeah, finding the grip, gaining an inch. Yeah, that's the whole mission. No need to rush the spark into a full ignition. Gaining an inch, easing the grind, leaving the total paralysis somewhere behind. Yeah, keeping it mellow. Let the dust settle. Trust the rotation. Yeah. The peppermint tea is losing its steam in the cup. The neon signs across the alleyway are lighting up. A solitary concept turning into a pair. A quiet little victory floating up in the air. The subway trains rattling deep underground, while I'm carefully constructing a completely new sound. The elevation is sneaky, completely out of sight, but I'm slightly more developed than I was in the light. Yeah, out of the neutral gear, gaining an inch. Yeah, that's the whole need to rush the spark into a full ignition. Gaining an inch, working the clay, just putting a couple of elements into play. Yeah, right in the pocket. A little more structure to the frame. The purple sky taking control of the pain. Just a subtle upward climb, and calling it a night. Just exhaling, nothing pressing today, yeah. A sudden little chime rang out from the jacket, but I'm choosing not to feed into the digital racket. Got a cup of chamomile resting on the coaster, stepping completely off the daily roller coaster. A paperback open, the pages turning yellow, while the muted brass section is keeping it mellow. Guarding the perimeter, ignoring the pain, just paying close attention to the quietest things, yeah. My words are gonna travel across the wire when the timing is prime. I ain't brushing you off, I'm just respecting the time. Cause a heavy conversation needs an empty slate, not a half-baked thought that I generate. My words are gonna travel when the static dissolves. Let the mind wander, don't let the clock dictate the mood. Yeah. Everybody wants an answer in the blink of an eye, but I'm counting the clouds drifting over the sky. The device is still shaking on the arm of the chair. I'm just leaning way back, really tasting the air. Society is trapped in a loop of reaction. I'm starving the noise, cutting off the distraction. Let the syllables gather, let the spirit rest, so when I finally type, I can give you my best. Just holding the space, I'm breaking the habit, rewiring the brain, just finding the rhythm in the sound of the rain. No malice in my actions, no riddles to solve, just watching the chaos of the city dissolve. A temporary boundary I quietly draw, right here in the pocket of the analog law. Yeah, take a breath. The device goes cold, the afternoon shifts. Hold that thought, I'll be there soon. Yeah, going through the motions, just keeping the gears spinning. Typing with a heavy hand so the room can hear. Adjusting the angle of the lamp so the shadows clear. Got a cup of chamomile, but I'm just chewing the rim, staring at the blinking cursor while the daylight dims. Rearrange the fountain pens by the color of the ink, taking very dramatic pauses like I'm trying to think. Anybody passing by would see a heavy grind, but I'm just wandering through the hallways of my own mind. Yeah, putting on a clinic. The notebook is open to a totally empty spread, not into a rhythm bouncing around in my head. Ain't running a marathon ain't taking a nap, just carefully navigating this midday trap. Yeah, riding the plateau, treading the water, right in the shallow end. Just enough activity to make a decent pretend. Treading the water, a highly tactical stall, doing a whole lot of nothing, answering no call. Yeah, keeping the illusion alive. Look completely engaged. Don't drop the act. Emptying the digital trash bin just to feel a spark. Watching the software update load in the dark. Changing the desktop background to a mountain view. Finding incredibly minor useless things to do. The afternoon traffic is building up on the street, while I'm just subtly tapping the soles of my feet. It's a delicate art form, stretching out the clock, standing completely still while taking a walk. Yeah, burning the daylight. The posture is upright, the expression is stern. Watching the second hand on the wall clock turn. Ain't building an empire, ain't closing my eyes, just comfortably resting in a clever disguise. Yeah, holding the fort, treading the water, right in the shallow end. Just enough activity to make a decent pretend. Treading the water, a highly tactical stall, doing a whole lot of nothing, answering no call. Yeah, running down the meter. The update finally reached 100%. The afternoon energy is completely spent. Just enough noise to say I tried. Yeah. Take a foot off the gas, let the engine cool. Folding the grocery receipt into a paper plane, listening to the muffled sound of a distant train, staring at the plastic cracks right above the bed, letting the silence negotiate with my head. Got a textbook open to chapter number 3, but I'm studying the way the sunlight hits the tree. If the jury saw the evidence, they call it a crime, but I'm just taking the loan against the fabric of time. Yeah, spending it slow. No heavy lifting, no sweat on the brow, just letting the future surrender to the now. Not making history, not dropping the ball, just painting a tiny little picture on the wall. Yeah, taking the scenic route, the low-key hustle, that's the frequency today. Letting the heavy expectation slowly wash away. The low-key hustle, it's a delicate art. Finding a quiet little corner for the mind to start. Yeah, giving it room. Let the thoughts untangle. Don't force the knot. Tracing the rim of a mug that I haven't drank, watching the water filter cycle through the tank. A couple of random melodies humming in the throat, writing a single word on a crumpled yellow note. The rush hour symphony is blasting in the street, but I'm perfectly insulated, kicking up my feet. Sometimes the best solution doesn't need a fight, it simply materializes when the timing's right. Yeah, out of thin air, no heavy lifting, no sweat on the brow, just letting the future surrender to the now. Not making history, not dropping the ball, just painting a tiny little picture on the wall. Yeah, finding the balance, the low-key hustle, that's the frequency today. Letting the heavy expectation slowly wash away. The low-key hustle, it's a delicate art. Finding a quiet little corner for the mind to stay. yeah. Coasting the breeze, the radiator clanking, breaking up the quiet, steering completely clear of the daily riot. A hidden evolution happening in the soul, just taking a breath and relinquishing control. Yeah, trusting the pause, a tiny speck of motion, the amber light creeping through the blinds, just enough space to let the ideas land. Yeah. No rush on the clock, just finding the frequency. Face the completely silent room at the break of dawn. Now there's a little bit of color that the mind is drawn. I won't be throwing any parties or uncorking the wine, but I managed to untangle just a couple of lines. A tiny fraction of a thought finding stable ground, making a subtle transition from the lost to the found. No cinematic overture, no grand display, just lightly chipping at the boulder blocking the way. Yeah. Taking my time, clearing the path, pebble by pebble, keeping the energy down at a manageable level. Clearing the path, finding the trace, just taking a leisurely walk through the space. Yeah, keeping it grounded. Slow the heartbeat down, let the melody work. The glass of water on the coaster caught the evening chill. The sun is dipping right behind the concrete hill. One scattered notion morphing into a solid base, a slow and quiet evolution taking its place. The avenue below is buzzing with the commuter flight, while I'm just navigating softly by the monitor light. It's easy to dismiss emotion when it happens this slow, but the seeds are in the dirt and they're starting to grow. Yeah, out of the freeze, clearing the path, that's all it takes. Just building a foundation for whatever it makes. Clearing the path, no need to sprint, just following the trail from a tiny hint. Yeah, right in the pocket. A little more weight to the words, the twilight sweeping the sky, just a subtle forward push, letting the hours fly. Yeah. Check the rhythm, just floating today. Posture perfect, sitting like I got it figured out. Keyboard quiet, not a single word is coming out. Scrolling and strolling through the digital streets, while the coffee turns to ice right next to the beats. Notebook looking pretty with the blank white page, acting like I'm stepping on a corporate stage. Master of the setup, king of the front, doing everything except the very thing I want. I tell the world I'm locked in, but honestly, I'm just watching the whole room spin. Busy playing the role, got the serious stare. Screen glowing in my glasses, but there's nobody there. Busy playing the role, just riding the coast. Sometimes the idle moments are what matter the most. Yeah, keep it in the pocket. Just let the groove carry it. Shift a couple windows, drag a folder to the trash. Skim a heavy article and watch the minutes dash. Tried to build a concept, tried to make a list. Ended up staring at the evening mist. Skyline switching up from the blue to the gray. Watching the city sweep the daylight away. Caught in the crossfire, dodging the work is usually where the hidden little miracles lurk. Maybe making a move doesn't mean breaking a sweat. Maybe staring into space is the best that it gets. Maybe soaking up the stillness is the way that we build. Letting the empty little spaces get naturally filled. The tab stays open, the mug stays still. Just letting the mind wander wherever it will. Disconnected grid just floating right now. A glowing banner flashed across the darkened glass. I let it fade away and let the moment pass. Ain't playing any games, ain't trying to be aloof. Just listening to the raindrops hitting on the roof. Got condensation dripping on a magazine. Completely detached from the digital routine. The neighborhood is hushed, the shadows stretching long. Just letting my heartbeat synchronize with the song. Yeah, finding the center, I send a signal back when the compass points true. Right now I'm just sitting here, absorbing the view. Cause a solid back and forth needs a sturdy foundation, not a halfway distracted rush conversation. I'll send a signal back when the static clears out. Unplug the router, let the pressure dissolve. The keyboard is untouched, not a letter in sight. Just watching the afternoon surrender to night. The street lamps hum on the empty avenue. Paint in my apartment in a completely different hue. Your words are sitting safely in the service care, while I'm just breathing in this heavy humid air. You can't put a stopwatch on a genuine thought. I'm savoring the stillness that the evening brought, yeah, letting it linger. I don't have a grand theory or a sermon to preach, just choosing to remain a little out of reach. The timeline is sprinting, everybody's on a dash. I'm stepping out the lane, keeping away from the crash. A momentary pause in the middle of the maze, just navigating slowly through the violet haze, yeah, holding the anchor. The glass stays dark on the edge of the bed. Just a couple of chords bouncing around in my head. I'll catch you later, no need to fret. No need to hurry, just let the record spin. Yeah, Saw the notification flash, maybe an hour passed. Skimmed the first couple words, but I didn't react. It ain't a cold shoulder, I'm just holding the line. Sipping on this moment, yeah, I'm taking my time. The mug on the table left a ring on the wood. The window is cracked, the breeze is feeling too good. The traffic down below is just a hum in the back. I'm stepping off the grid, letting the atmosphere stack, yeah. I'll hit you back when the timing aligns. I'm in no kind of rush, just reading the signs, yeah. Cause a good conversation needs a comfortable seat, not a half-hearted text typed out on the street. I'll hit you back when the energy's right. Yeah. Just let the dust settle right here. Got a blank text bubble staring back at my face, but the genuine words need a little more space. The skyline is shifting from a blue to a gray. Got a jazz tape playing the evening away. The message is chilling, there's no reason to stress. Sometimes the best answers come out of the rest. Let the vibe marinate, let the feeling collect before I type it all out and I hit connect. No elaborate excuse, no ignoring the call. Just watching the shadows stretching out on the wall. The world's spinning dizzy, everybody's on go. Before a couple sweet minutes, I'm just taking it slow. Protecting the peace, yeah, holding the fort. Just a quiet afternoon of a different sort, yeah. Keeping it grounded. The screen lights up, casting a glow in the room. The city lights blooming right out of the gloom. Give it a minute, I'll catch you soon. Yeah, no rush today, just feeling the tempo. Cursor blinking to the rhythm of the snare drum. Afternoon fading, just waiting for the flare to come. Didn't move a mountain, but I shifted the sand. Kept the screen glowing, trying to stick to the plan. Closed a couple tabs that were cluttering the mind. Left the heavy morning fog somewhere far behind. Wrote a little something, let the alphabet play, yeah. That's the summary of the day. No trophy for the effort, no. But honestly, it's just about turning the key. Just a half step forward. Yeah, we take what we get. No standing ovations, no breaking a sweat. Just a half step forward, cruising in a low gear. Everything else is just making the vision clear, yeah. Ride the groove. Just letting the dust settle. Ice in the glass melting down to the wire. One tiny spark turning into a quiet fire. Wrote down a stanza, deleted a line. Crossed one single box off the grand design. It ain't cinematic, there's no movie montage. Just slowly back in the car out the garage. A fraction of an inch better than the AM. No need to fake it, no need to play 'em. No sudden revelations dropping out of the sky. Just a quiet little hours watching the world go by. And maybe that's the secret, maybe that's the whole trick. Building up the foundation brick by little brick, yeah, day by day, piece by piece. Nothing for the highlight reel, no flash in the gold. Just a regular story quietly being told. Just a half step forward, doing what I gotta do. Just enough motion to carry me through. The monitor casts a shadow on the wall. The skyline is turning blue, catching the fall. Just a half step, that's plenty. just to have a stay. Bed's plenty. Check. Just let the loop roll. Check. Just let the loop roll. The cursor pulses on an empty white space, floating through the digital, looking for a trace. Got a dozen little windows scattered on the glass, watching the hours in the slow shadows pass. Half a cup of chamomile, sitting getting cold, chasing down a rabbit hole, seeing what unfolds. Ain't no heavy deadlines breathing down my neck, just surfing on the quiet, doing a mental check. Drifting through the bandwidth, riding on the breeze, catching little fragments, doing what I please. No destination program in the drive, just letting the curiosity keep the spark alive. Yeah, wandering without a map tonight, bathed in the glow of the monitor light. Yeah. Click a hyperlink and suddenly I'm deep, learning about a mystery instead of catching sleep. Outside the apartment, the street lamps ignite while I'm digging for a treasure hidden out of sight. It's a domino effect of random trivia, building up a puzzle that I never meant to draw. Who needs a compass when the getting lost is sweet? Just walking down a virtual undiscovered street, scanning through the paragraphs, soaking in the tone, in this quiet little universe, scrolling on my own. Don't need a conclusion, don't need a heavy plot, just gathering the pieces of a scattered thought. Drifting through the bandwidth, riding on the breeze, catching little fragments, doing what I please. No destination program in the drive, just letting the curiosity keep the spark alive. Yeah, wandering without a map tonight, bathed in the glow of the monitor light. Bookmark the feeling, let the screensaver kick in. The world outside is quiet now, we just floating. Yeah, let the loop ride, no deadlines in here tonight. The monitor glows, painting shadows on the wall. Got 100 bookmarks saved and I'm clicking through them all. There's a half-forgotten mug resting by the keyboard tray, watching twilight slowly wash the final hours of the day. Ain't no destination typed into the search bar right now, just surfing on the data, not worry about the how. Zero pressure to produce, zero boxes to check, taking the scenic route across the internet deck. Yeah, keeping the tempo loose, lost in the scroll, falling down the rabbit hole. No itinerary needed, just letting the night unroll. Window after window, crowding up the visual space, finding quiet little rhythms in a noisy digital place. Yeah, let the cursor drift, embrace the slow shift, we just floating. Started looking up the roots of an old school jazz beat. Now I'm reading about the cobblestones on a Parisian street. Every single hyperlink is just a stepping stone to cross. There's a special kind of comfort when you choose to get lost. City traffic humming softly outside the window pane while I'm riding down the tracks of a virtual train. No thesis to defend, no conclusions to draw, just soaking up the trivia without a single flaw. Don't need a summary, don't need to pass a test. Sometimes a hyperactive brain just really needs to rest. Connect the random dots, collect the scattered thoughts. You don't always need to steer the ship. Sometimes you just let the current take you, lost in the scroll, falling down a rabbit hole. No itinerary needed, just letting the night unroll. Window after window, crowding up the visual space, finding quiet little rhythms in a noisy digital place. Yeah, let the cursor drift, embrace the slow shift. Leave the sessions running, let the screensaver kick in. We can pick the puzzle back up when the morning begins. Keep the curiosity alive, catch you on the flip side. Just riding the current, find the frequency. Stared at an empty ledger when the sunlight was strong. Now I've managed to capture the ghost of a song. I ain't booking a flight or throwing confetti, just keeping the breathing incredibly steady. Linked a couple of phrases, forged a small chain, sheltered a tiny spark from the incoming rain. It isn't a masterpiece, ain't a platinum plaque, just keeping the locomotive right on the track. Yeah, laying the ties, bridging the gap, just a yard at a time. No need to hustle the rhythm, no reason to climb. Bridging the gap, letting the pressure release, quietly securing a fraction of peace. Yeah, holding the ground. Trust the compass, don't force the needle. The jasmine tea settling inside of the mug. The shadows are stretching right over the rug. One isolated murmur becomes a clear tone, a tiny foundation built out of the stone. The metropolis hums on the asphalt below, while I'm carefully keeping the energy low. You might think I'm idle, just wasting the day, but the fog in the mirror is fading away. Yeah, out of the haze, bridging the gap, just a yard at a time. No need to hustle the rhythm, no reason to climb. Bridging the gap, trusting the slow burn, watching the seasons naturally turn. Yeah, keeping the pace. A little more ink in the ledger, the amber street lamps conquering the dusk. Just a subtle push forward and letting it rest. Clock on the wall says it's 5:03. Half drunk ceramic looking back at me. Yeah, the inbox is quiet, the screens are gone dim. Found the rhythm of the task and I swam right in. Nothing for the trophy case, no headlines to print. Just a steady little grind with a golden tint. Check the box, move the file, let the motion take hold. Before I knew the hour, the story was told. It was just a Tuesday, helped together by the seam. No burning bright, just a consistent steam. Everything aligned, yeah, the pace felt right. Holding down the middle ground, steering through the lights. Survived the chat, yeah, I finished the note. Kept a little paper boat, a focus afloat. That's the afternoon truth, the simple win. Watching the sun settle down on my skin. The gold in the window, it's a slow motion leak. Say goodbye to the stress that was hot in the cheek. I didn't have to force it, I didn't have to try. Just watch the heavy expectations drift on by. Yeah, the desk is clear now, the screen is a lake. Counting every little breath and every step I take. Not chasing the lightning, not chasing the peak. Just finding the quiet that the ordinary see. Sometimes you just gotta let the day lead the way. Stop the overthinking, find the words you need to say. One more second, yeah, one more little blink, and the pressure's gone before you even have to think. Patience in the pocket, change luck. Yeah, just like that. Close the lid. See the lights come on outside. Tomorrow's got its own plan. I'm out. Just letting it be. Put my glasses on just to look the part. Got the bright screen glowing, but I just can't start. Scrolling down the page like I'm seeking the truth, but I'm just watching the shadow cross the room. The mug on my left is getting ice cold. The journal is open, but the story's on hold. Got a desk full of habits I'm trying to fake. Doing my absolute best to look wide awake. I tell them I'm working, and honestly, it's a half-truth kind of symphony. Playing the part, sitting up straight. Got a mountain of tabs and a lot on my plate. Playing the part, just riding the wave. Sometimes the mind needs to wander away, yeah. Yeah, take a breath. Drag and drop a folder just to clear the space. Read the front page, forget it right away. Try to write a chorus, maybe 2 or 3 lines, but I watch the afternoon slip through the blinds. The street lights are painting the pavement in gold. The evening is young, but the coffee is old. Hovering right between lost and aware is usually the moment the magic is there. Maybe the forward isn't always a sprint. Maybe the answers just give you a hint. Maybe just breathing is part of the grind, letting the puzzle pieces fall into line. The backlight is fading, the cup leaves a stain. A couple of daydreams still caught in my brain. Let's see, yeah. Can't really map out where the hours went today, but I swear I didn't let them completely slip away. The screen stayed glowing through the afternoon light. Cleared out a couple windows, got a few words right. It ain't a masterpiece, but it's a start, I guess. A little less chaos, a little less mess. Just finding my footing in the quiet of the room. I made a little dent, yeah. Nothing you put on a shiny slide. but just enough to keep the guilt outside. A little ground got covered, yeah. That's the daily news. No standing ovations, no major breakthroughs, yeah. A little ground got covered, just pacing out the grind. Everything else is just leaving the morning behind, yeah. Let the dark rose freeze while I was lost in my head. One straight thought branched out, look where it led. Added a couple heavy lines to the bottom of the page. Crossed one single item off the daily to-do stage. It isn't a trophy, but it isn't a defeat. Just quietly step into a slow, steady beat. A shade better than I was when I woke up. No sudden lightning strikes, no magic in the air. Just the quiet momentum of pulling up a chair. I'm starting to think that's all a lifetime really is. Just stacking up a quiet pile of tiny little wins day by day. Nothing for the timeline, no flashing neon lights, no dramatic stories for the internet tonight. Just a little ground got covered, doing what I do. Just enough motion to say I pushed through. The screen looks a little different than when the day began. The sky outside the window is turning blue again. Just a little ground, yeah, that's enough. Just let it run, no destination tonight. Monitor glowing like a digital moon, humming along to a silent tune. Got a dozen little windows cluttering the view, jumping from an old thought straight into the new. Cold cup of green tea resting on the wood, chasing down a rabbit hole, feeling pretty good. Ain't got a target, no mission to clear, just riding the waves in the atmosphere, yeah. Letting the bandwidth stretch, keep the windows unclosed, let the memory lag. Ain't pulling no compass out of the bag, we just surfing the static, letting thoughts unspool, floating right along in the deep end of the pool. When you stop trying hard to connect the dots, that's when you stumble on the sweetest spots. Yeah, just wandering the grid. Started out searching for a simple fact, now I'm 5 layers down in a separate act. Every hyperlink acts like an open door, taking me to places I ain't been before. Outside the glass, the street lights hum, waiting for the quiet midnight to come. I don't need a summary, don't need a guide, just kicking back, enjoying the ride. No rush, no finish line. Sometimes the best way to figure it out is taking the longest and scenic route. Don't force the puzzle pieces into place, just leave a little breathing room in the space. Let the mind wander off the track. Keep the windows unclosed, let the memory lag. Ain't pulling no compass out of the bag, we just surfing the static, letting thoughts unspool, floating right along in the deep end of the pool. When you stop trying hard to connect the dots, that's when you stumble on the sweetest spots. Leave them all minimized for the morning light, yeah. Let the screen go to sleep, no need to solve the world tonight. Just let it rest. alright, finding the middle ground. Just keeping up appearances. Staring at the monitor with a serious glare, shifting my posture in this ergonomic chair, sipping on a matcha that went cold by noon, humming along to a dusty jazz tune. Got a dozen browser windows taking up the RAM, putting on a pretty convincing hologram. If somebody walked by, they'd think I'm on a roll, but I'm just casually cruising on cruise control, yeah, playing the part. Got the highlighter scattered, making a scene. Got the notebook open, keeping it pristine. I ain't exactly stressing, ain't entirely chill, just hovering gently right on top of the hill, yeah. Balancing the scales, half step in the grind. That's the current mood, just a fractional effort, chewing on the food. Half step in the grind, nothing too intense, just keeping up a highly respectable defense, yeah. Faking the sweat. Drafted up an email, left it in the queue. Organized the folders, gave them all a different hue. The sun took a dive right behind the skyline, while I was busy blurring out the boundary line between actual labor and a mental vacation, just floating on the waves of procrastination. It's a funny kind of rhythm when you're semi-engaged, reading the prologue but never turning the page, yeah. Stuck in the preface, no massive revelations, no shift in the earth, just tallying up what the afternoon is worth. It ain't a total write-off, ain't a victory lap, just successfully avoiding the laziness trap, yeah. Riding the fence, half step in the grind. That's the current mood, just a fractional effort, chewing on the food. Half step in the grind, nothing too intense, just keeping up a highly respectable defense, yeah. Maintaining the vibe. A couple sticky notes still hanging on the wall, letting the evening shadows slowly fall. Just enough motion to call it a win. Yeah. Coasting to neutral, just keeping up the illusion. Glasses resting low right on the bridge of the nose, nodding at the monitor like I'm cracking the code. Got a glass of ice water sweating onto the wood, projecting the aura that everything's understood. Moving the mouse in a meaningless square, casually running my fingers right through my hair. Anybody peeking through the crack in the door would think I'm handling business, settling the score, yeah, playing the part. The tabletop is scattered, setting up the disguise. Got a look of dedication right behind the eyes. Ain't exactly grinding, ain't completely asleep, just waiting in the shallow but pretending it's deep, yeah. Floating in the middle, hovering somewhere in the gray, just a marginal effort to carry the day. Hovering, keeping up the facade, just giving the timeline a subtle little nod, yeah. Taking the scenic route. Look professional, don't break the character. Scroll down the day at the top of the page, feeling like an actor on a miniature stage. Sorted out the paper clips by silver and gold, watching the lazy afternoon quietly unfold. The sunlight is shifting across the parquet, trading the heavy lifting for a quiet ballet. I'm dodging the deadlines with elegant grace, keeping a totally unbothered look on my face. Yeah, running out the clock, not breaking a sweat, not hitting the brakes, just doing whatever the minimum takes. It isn't a triumph, but it isn't a crime, just casually surfing the passage of time. Yeah, holding the pose, hovering somewhere in the gray, just a marginal effort to carry the day. Hovering, keeping up the facade, just giving the timeline a subtle little nod. Yeah, coasting along. The cursor keeps blinking on an empty line. The twilight is painting a brand new design, just enough motion to justify the rest. Let the world wait a minute, tap into the frequency. The glass screen shattered the dark with a sudden flash, caught a preview of the text, but I made no dash. Turned the device over, let it kiss the wood, wrapped in this heavy silence, and it's feeling good. Incense burning, curling smoke to the ceiling. I'm trying to hold on to this analog feeling. It's not a rejection, it's a quiet selection, choosing the peace over instant connection. Yeah, riding the wave, I'll slide in your inbox. When the constellations align, I'm just reading between the instrumental lines, 'cause the best of my words need a minute too steep. Can't give you the shallow when we always go deep. I'll slide in your inbox when the feeling is right. Yeah, don't let the tempo rush you, sit back. Got a draft in my head, but my thumbs are on strike. Just cruising the rhythm like riding a bike. The sunset is bleeding a tangerine hue, just playing a little bit of Miles Davis for two. Me and my shadow keeping the pace, stepping right out of the digital race. No red receipts, no typing bubbles to show, just a soul getting lost in the audio flow. Yeah, letting it marinate. No ghosting intended, no games being played, just sitting right here in the quiet I made. The servers keep spinning, the matrix is loud, but I'm taking a breath, stepping out of the crowd. A little hiatus before we converse, letting the universe handle the verse, taking back the time. The phone stays dark, the incense turns to ash. Give me a minute, I'll bridge the gap. Just let the screen glow, no rush tonight. Glowing pixels paint the shadows right across my face. Lost track of the minutes in this quiet little place. Clicking through the pathways of the digital unknown. Sitting in the comfort of this solitary zone. Got a messy string of windows stretching out so wide. Taking zero shortcuts, just enjoying the ride. A half-drunk glass of water catching monitor light. We just coasting on the frequency tonight. Yeah, letting the bandwidth stretch. Lost in the endless scroll, unspooling the thread. Feeding every random question popping in my head. No compass in the pocket, no map to deploy. Just finding hidden rhythms in the digital noise, yeah. Let the cursor drift away. Gathering the puzzle pieces at the end of the day. Started on a history wiki, ended up on Mars. Reading up on ocean depths, then looking at the stars. Every little rabbit hole keeps pulling me down, while the heavy midnight settles all over the town. I don't need to summarize or study for a test, giving this exhausted brain a different kind of rest. Connecting constellations while I'm clicking in the dark, just blowing on the embers of a tiny little spark. You don't always gotta land a plane, you know. Sometimes you just stay up in the clouds. Let the logic take a backseat for a minute. Don't try to solve the riddle, just get lost in it. Lost in the endless scroll, unspooling the thread. Feeding every random question popping in my head. No compass in the pocket, no map to deploy. Just finding hidden rhythms in the digital noise, yeah. Let the cursor drift away. Gathering the puzzle pieces at the end of the day. Leave the sessions running, we can pick it up tomorrow. Let the quiet take over the room. Keep the curiosity alive. Peace. Alright, operating on low battery, keeping the gears barely turning. Headphones on my ears, but the music is paused. Looking like a champion fighting a cause. Got a complicated spreadsheet filling the view, while I'm contemplating what I'm actually gonna do. Tapping the space bar to a rhythm in my head, ignoring all the emails that I left unread. If the boss walked by, I'm the employee of the week. Just a masterful display of a quiet technique, yeah, selling the show. The posture is rigid, the setup is sharp. Playing the charade like a classical harp. Ain't breaking a sweat, ain't catching a snooze. Just comfortably cruising in the afternoon blues, yeah. Walking the tightrope, operating on a simmer. Not boiling over, not going cold. Just doing enough so the narrative holds. Operating on a simmer, a masterful blend of doing absolutely nothing while pretending to tend, yeah. Pacing the floor. Look the part. Don't let the illusion drop. Color-coded a calendar for the upcoming year, while the daylight outside starts to disappear. Watered the little cactus resting on the shelf, having a completely silent meeting with myself. It's a specific kind of magic when you stretch out the time, making zero actual progress without committing the crime. I'm physically present but mentally gone, just waiting for the twilight to carry me on, yeah. Stretching the hours, the posture is rigid, the setup is sharp. Playing the charade like a classical harp. Ain't breaking a sweat, ain't catching a snooze. Just comfortably cruising in the afternoon blues, yeah. Holding the line, operating on a simmer. Not boiling over, not going cold. Just doing enough so the narrative massive holes, operating on a simmer, a masterful blend of doing absolutely nothing while pretending to 10, yeah, keeping the status quo. Saver kicks in, bouncing off the wall, dodged every single responsibility and call. Just enough effort to sleep well tonight. Unplug for a second, let it breathe. Screen lit the shadow about an hour ago. Caught a glimpse of the text in the digital glow. Left the phone face down on the mahogany wood. Ain't dodging the talk, just feeling too good. The espresso is sitting, leaving rings on the tray. Watching the afternoon slowly melting away. Trading the pixels for a physical groove. No sudden reactions, no hurry to move. Yeah, keeping it anchored, I'll get back on the line. But I'm pausing the clock, just holding my ground like a ship at the dock. Cause a genuine word needs a minute to breathe, not a rushed little text that I pull from my sleeve. I'll get back on the line when the frequency's right. Rush on the reply, just catching the vibe. Got an empty text bubble and a blinking line. Trying to force the connection just ruins the design. The horizon is shifting from a blue to an ink. Just giving my spirit a second to think. That little red badge sitting still on the app while I sync up my pulse with the snare drums tap. Some talks need a simmer, you can't microwave them. Got a handful of thoughts and I'm trying to save them for when the mind is clear and the feeling is deep. It ain't a cold shoulder, no complicated plot. Just holding my space in this analog spot. The matrix is spinning a million a minute. This pocket of peace, I'm just trying to live in it. Taking a breath, stepping out of the stream. Just me and the melody, building a dream. Yeah. The backlight flashes and goes out of sight. The jazz tape rolls right into the night. Give me a minute, I'll hit send. Finding the pulse, take it easy today. Yeah. Stared at a silent grid when the morning began. Now I see a little structure, a whisper of a plan. It ain't a masterpiece worthy of a museum frame, but I'm no longer standing in the spot where I came. Strung a couple concepts, built a tiny bridge, slowly hiking up the slope, just a fraction of a ridge. No fireworks exploding, no confetti in the air, just a quiet evolution happening in this chair. Yeah, taking the steps, moving the dial, just a millimeter forward, no sprinting to the finish line, no running toward it. Moving the dial, taking it ounce by ounce, just the quiet little victories that really gonna count. Moving the dial, yeah, catching the drift. Slow and steady, don't rush the process. The ice in the tumbler slowly melting into water, sorting out the static, bringing it to order. One little fragment naturally magnetized to another, unearthing a rhythm that I didn't try to uncover. The avenues below are shifting to a neon glow, while I'm navigating channels at a tempo nice and slow. It might not look like magic to a passing eye, but the foundation is solid, right beneath the twilight sky, yeah, laying the bricks. Moving the dial, just a millimeter forward, no sprinting to the finish line, no running toward it. Moving the dial, adding drops to the bucket, letting the momentum build, ain't no reason to rush it. Moving the dial, just trust in the groove. Grid got some color now, the street lamps flicker on, just a couple miles down the road, yeah. That's enough for today. Yeah, just let it spin. Tune out the noise for a second. Yeah. Phone did a dance on the edge of the desk. Caught the first few words, but I let it rest. Ain't playing hard to get, ain't fading to black. Just letting the needle keep riding the track. Dust motes floating in the afternoon ray, watching the rush hour melting away. I'm locked in the present, I'm holding the chill. Sometimes the best move is just standing still, yeah, catching the breeze. I'll be hitting you back, but I'm taking a pause. Not a slave to the screen or the digital laws, cause a meaningful word needs a quiet mind. Not a fast little message I leave behind. I'll be hitting you back when the frequency drops. Yeah, just let the tempo breathe. Yeah. Draft sitting empty, just a blinking mark, waiting for the sky to transition to dark. The window is framing a silhouette view, just letting this jazz record play all the way through. That message is safe, it ain't going nowhere. I'm just giving the moment the proper care. Some conversations need a rhythm and soul. Can't rush the magic when you're out for a stroll. Gotta let it collect, no complicated games, no playing a part. Just letting the evening finish its art. The city's on fast forward, spinning out of control. I'm just putting some analog back in the soul. Just me, the silence, and a cup on the wood. taking a minute just to feel good, yeah, stepping aside. Screen fades out to a quiet gray. The horn section gently blowing the day away. Give it a minute, I'll talk to you soon. Yeah. Just inching along, no marathon today. Woke up to an empty canvas staring at the void. Now I'm looking at a little sketch of rhythm I enjoyed. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, wouldn't pop a cork, but it's a tiny bit of traction on this quiet walk. A couple syllables linking up, finding a new groove, showing just enough evidence that I'm starting to move. There's nothing cinematic here, no grand parade, just a little bit of light, gently pushing back the shade, yeah. Taking it easy, closing the distance, yeah, inch by inch. Ain't trying to force the magic, ain't feeling the pinch. Closing the distance, taking the gentle route, slowly figuring the whole equation out, yeah. Finding the song. Keep the pace steady, don't rush the breakdown. The candle burning low on the edge of the wood, a single thought branching out exactly like it should. The traffic down the avenue turning into a blur while I'm quietly untangling the things that were. Some emotions are completely silent, hidden from the view, but underneath the surface the roots are pushing through. It isn't a finished portrait and it ain't a dead end, just walking down the pathway waiting for the bend, yeah. Trusting the stroll, closing the distance, that's the only goal. Giving a little breathing room to the heavy soul. Closing the distance, adding up the subtle clues. You can't manufacture inspiration, you just gotta cruise, yeah. Riding the current, got a little more ink on the paper. The street lamps glowing in the evening vapor. Just a quiet forward motion, that's a win for the day. Yeah. Just catching the tempo, keep the volume low. Yeah. Traced the tangled maze when the sun came up. Now I'm drinking the calm from a different cup. I won't be carving my name in the monument stone, just finding a frequency I can call my own. Tuned up a string on the vintage guitar, tracing the orbit of a wandering star. It isn't a miracle, no headline to read, just pulling a couple of flowers out of the weed, yeah, sorting it out. Walking the grid, square by square, just taking a breath of the evening air. Walking the grid, following the map, taking the leisurely route right out of the trap, yeah, keeping the stride. Trust the direction, don't rush the journey. The vinyl record spinning on the turntable mat, figuring out where the fiction and the logic are at. One loose syllable forming into a noun, the quietest rhythm in this sleepy town. The local bodega pulling down the blinds while I'm leaving the heavy confusion behind. The progress is hidden, completely disguised, but the vision is finally getting synthesized, yeah, coming together. Walking the grid, square by square, just taking a breath of the evening air. Walking the grid, pacing the ride, enjoying the scenery on this quiet flight, yeah, holding the wheel. A little more focus in the brain, the porch light cutting through the gentle rain, just a modest transition, and leaving the desk. Keep the breathing steady, no clock to beat tonight. Stood in a barren yard when the daylight was harsh. Now there's a little bit of green growing in the marsh. I'm not hosting a parade or waving a flag, just pulling a couple heavy items out of the bag. Planted a single seed deep down in the soil, a tiny little payoff for a quiet bit of toil. There ain't no fireworks paint in the sky, just a modest elevation as the hours roll by, yeah. Tending the ground, watering the roots, drop by drop. No need to hit the panic button, no reason to stop. Watering the roots, watching it sprout, slowly filtering the heavy pessimism out, yeah. Trust in the dirt. Take your time with it, don't rush the harvest. The glass of tap water, collecting dew on the side, watching the evening swallow up the incoming tide. One isolated feeling finding its proper lane, a quiet little shelter from the incoming rain. The distant traffic humming like a muted machine, while I'm carefully assembling a brand new scene. It's a microscopic shift to the naked eye, but the ceiling feels a little closer to the sky, yeah. Lifting the roof, watering the roots, drop by drop. No need to hit the panic button, no reason to stop. Watering the roots, trusting the weight, letting the scattered little pieces finally integrate, yeah. Letting it bloom, a little more life in the yard, the moonlight hitting the boulevard. Just a silent little stretch and turning off the lamp. Just testing the colors. No gallery tonight. Faced an empty easel when the clock struck 2. Now there's a little patch of indigo pushing through. I ain't cutting a ribbon or opening a show, just giving these heavy feelings a place to go. Mixed a couple pigments, laid a gentle stroke, finding a little clarity before I spoke. There isn't a masterpiece hanging on the wall, just answering a very quiet, distant call. Yeah, setting the mood, blending the palette, shade by shade, sitting in the sanctuary that I made. Blending the palette, taking the scenic route, slowly chasing the heavy shadows out. Yeah, watching it dry. Let the canvas breathe. Don't rush the portrait. The water in the rinsing jar turning deep gray. The evening pulling the curtains on the day. One little outline morphing into form, a quiet little shelter from the mental storm. The neighbors walking dogs down on the pavement, while I'm finding some peace in this arrangement. You might not see the vision from a mile away, but I pulled a little meaning from a messy day. Yeah, out of the blankness, blending the palette, shade by shade, sitting in the sanctuary that I made. Blending the palette, trusting the gentle sweep, making a little promise that I plan to keep. Yeah, trusting the hand. A little more texture on the cloth, the street lights attracting the evening moth. Just a subtle trace of life, and washing the brush. Yeah, coasting in the slow lane, keeping the engine quiet. Watching the dust motes dance in the amber ray, tapping the syncopated rhythm on the serving tray. Got a dictionary open to a random page, acting like a scholar in a modern age. Sorted all the desktop folders by the alphabet, avoiding a quota that I haven't even met. If the cameras were rolling, I'd secure the alibi, but I'm just watching the clouds slowly drifting by. Yeah, holding the fort, not breaking a sweat, not completely asleep, just swimming right where the water isn't deep. A very specific kind of altitude, protecting a highly relaxed attitude. Yeah, finding the pocket, the illusion of motion, That's the daily routine, keeping the gears incredibly clean. The illusion of motion, taking it slow, watering seeds that take forever to grow. Yeah, enjoying the stall. Let the clock tick. No sudden movements. Swivel the office chair 100 degrees, catching the draft of a subtle little breeze. Check the tracking number on a pair of shoes. Skim through a couple of irrelevant news. The neighbors are arguing across the hall, while I'm bouncing in a racer right against the wall. Sometimes the genius hits without a sound, exactly when you're busy just messing around. Yeah, out of the blue. Not breaking a sweat, not completely asleep, just swimming right where the water isn't deep. A very specific kind of altitude, protecting a highly relaxed attitude. Yeah, riding the wave. The tea leaves sinking to the bottom of the cup. The neon signs outside finally waking up. A fraction of a puzzle pieced together in the brain. A single drop of water running down the pane. Yeah, letting it wash over. A millimeter forward, the shadows stretching across the rug. Just enough friction to safely pull the plug. Just breathing. The screen lit up about 60 minutes back. Caught a handful of words before the glass went black. I ain't leaving you on red, I'm just pausing the tape, letting this quiet afternoon naturally take its shape. Got the dark roast breathing, faint steam in the air. Window pushed open, just sinking in the chair. The street lights blinking slowly in the fading light. Yeah, I get back to you, just let the clock tick down. I'm taking the scenic route, cause a real conversation needs a grounded state of mind. Not a hurried little message that I throw together blind. I'll get back to you when the feeling's right. Got the keyboard open but the letters are still. Funny how the honest words take a moment to chill. Twilight bleeding purple right across the wood floor. Just letting this playlist run for one track more. That little notification is safe where it stays. You can't rush the magic through the evening haze. No, you can't force the vibe, but it ain't a complex game, ain't a puzzle to solve. Just watching the colors in the skyline dissolve. The planet spins fast enough without my 2 cents. I'm just building up a quiet little picket fence around this hour. For a minute I'm just keeping to myself. The glass lights up and slowly goes to sleep. The indigo evening starting to get deep. Just giving it time. Let the picture develop. Take it frame by frame. Looked at an empty Polaroid when the sun was high. Now there's a little silhouette against the sky. I'm not popping the cork or throwing a feast, but the heavy resistance has slightly decreased. Put a couple of fragments onto the scale, finding a tiny breeze for a stationary sail. No blockbuster movie, no fireworks show, just a gradual shift in the undertow, yeah. Feeling the pull, tipping the hourglass, grain by grain. No need to stand out in the pouring rain. Tipping the hourglass, trust in the fall. Sometimes the quietest moves say it all, yeah. Keeping it smooth. Let the chemicals react. Don't shake it. The ice in the lemonade melted away. The street lights are chasing the end of the day. One isolated whisper becoming a voice, a subtle commitment to a brand new choice. The train on the overpass rattles the brick while I'm carefully laying a solitary wick. It might look like I'm frozen completely still, but I'm slowly trekking up the side of the hill, yeah. Out of the valley, tipping the hourglass, grain by grain. No need to stand out in the pouring rain. Tipping the hourglass, watching the sand slowly mapping the layout of the land, yeah. Finding the route. A little more contrast in the shot. The night creeping into the empty lot. Just a subtle transition and rest in the mind. Yeah. No need to sprint, just catching the breeze today. Survey the barren landscape when the morning broke. Now there's a tiny ember inside of the smoke. Ain't throwing a bank with no banners to raise, but I'm walking myself out of the stagnant maze. A couple of fragments locking right into place. Just an ounce of momentum, a leisurely pace. No sudden explosions, no altering fate. Just quietly lifting a little bit of the weight, yeah, taking a stroll. Making a dent, just a fraction of a mile. No need to rush the tempo, just cruising in style. Making a dent, connecting the dots, quietly untangling the difficult knots, yeah, keeping it smooth. Slow and steady, let the rhythm guide it. The matcha went lukewarm inside of the clay. The golden hour chasing the shadows away. One little concept blooming into a vine. A subtle evolution forming up by design. The boulevard rushing, everybody chasing the green, while I'm floating gently somewhere safely unseen. Sometimes the elevation is too subtle to chart, but I'm a little further from the place that I start. Out of the standstill, making a dent, yeah, that's the whole play. Carving a little sculpture right out of the clay. Making a dent, no pressure to peak, just finding the rhythm that the quiet ones seek, yeah, letting it ride. A little more shape to the vision, a little fog in the brain, the indigo sky taking over, and the engine still handling the strain. Just a slow burn today. Let it roll. Can't really paint a picture of what went down today, but I know I didn't let the hours just wash away. Kept the laptop breathing in the afternoon haze, cleared a couple open tabs, navigated the maze, jotted down a fragment, caught a little spark, just a subtle little shift from the light to the dark. Yeah, that's usually the vibe. I caught a little traction, nothing for the front page, no, just enough to let the rhythm flow. Move the needle just a bit, yeah, that's the headline here. No major revelation, but the vision got clear. Move the needle just a bit, riding on a quiet beat. Everything else is just finding my feet. Yeah, keep it in the pocket. Just taking it step by step. Let the Java turn cold. While I was lost in the zone, one thought turned to three, quietly overgrown. Added some weight to the bottom of the draft, crossed one single item off the daily task. It ain't a grand slam, it ain't a heavy flex, just a smooth transition to whatever is next. A shade better than I was at the dawn. No sudden epiphanies, no magic in the room, just that quiet momentum sweeping out the gloom. Starting to believe this how the story is built, stacking little victories without any guilt. Yeah, day by day, nothing for the timeline, no flashing neon lights, no dramatic stories for the internet tonight. Move the needle just a bit, doing what I gotta do, just a steady groove to keep me pushing through. The page is looking different than it did at the start. The city turning blue, yeah, that's my favorite part. Just a little traction, we take those. Check the balance, don't push the river. Feel the Faced an empty corridor when the day began. Now I've sketched out the borders of a quiet plan. I ain't popping champagne or ringing a bell, just tossing a single coin right into the well. Threaded a little needle through the heavy fabric, finding a bit of logic in the middle of the magic. No massive explosion, no shaking the ground, just a solitary puzzle piece finally found. Yeah, walking the line, feeding the flame, just a spark at a time. No need to take the elevator, I'll do the climb. Letting the oxygen flow. Sometimes the brightest fires start out incredibly slow. Yeah, watching it glow. Let the embers catch, keep it steady. The glass of sparkling water going completely flat. The neighborhood stray sleeping on the welcome mat. One isolated murmur turning into a chord. A subtle bit of action on the drawing board. The pedestrians hustling down on the street while I'm finding my rhythm, just tapping my feet. It might look like a standstill to a passing glance, but I'm slowly learning the steps to the dance. Yeah, out of the trance, feeding the flame, just a spark at a time. No need to take the elevator, I'll do the climb. Trust in the natural burn, letting the universe take its own sweet turn. Yeah, giving it room. A little more warmth in the room. The street lights cutting right through the gloom. Just a gentle step forward and letting it be. Just let it spin. Yeah, take a breath. Shadows stretching long across the hardwood floor. Glanced at the watch, I ain't stressing no more. The mug went cold about an hour ago. I was riding the pocket, just keeping the flow. Shifted some papers, cleared out the queue. Nothing too heavy, just pushing it through. Kept my head down while the pendulum swung. Another shift played out, another song sung. Just a regular rotation of the daily grind. Left the heavy lifting and the rush behind. No fireworks popping, no parades in the street. Just matching the tempo of a slow tempo beat. Got through the hustle, managed the pace. A quiet little win in the noisy place. Yeah, a quiet little win. Street lamps flickering on the avenue now. Made it to the finish line any which way, how. Didn't force the magic, just played the right chords. Stepping away from the screens and keyboards. The city's changing colors, painted in blue. Did exactly what I was supposed to do. Sometimes the victory is just staying in tune, catching the vibe of a late afternoon. Take a deep breath in, let the tempo drop. It's the sweet release when the deadlines stop. No overachieving, just existing. Yeah, just coasting on the rhythm. Another dawn, leave the desk behind, we out. Screen goes black. Mind goes blank. Screen goes black. Mind goes blank. Save the files for another dawn. Leave the desk behind, we out. Check the dial, just letting it simmer. Spinning a ballpoint pen across the knuckles, watching the heavy leather of the belt buckle. Got a blank document glowing on the screen. Doing a whole lot of nothing in between. Organizing my bookmarks by the alphabet. Dodging the deadline that I haven't even met. If the cameras were rolling, they'd see a pioneer. But my mental transmission is totally unclear. Yeah, playing the game, not exactly sprinting, not entirely stopped. Just watching the temperature as it slowly dropped. A specific vibration, comfortably numb. Just twiddling the fingers and the opposable thumb. Yeah, finding the pocket, the gentle disguise. Yeah, that's the routine, keeping up the appearance of a focus machine. Gentle disguise, a beautiful fake, seeing exactly how long of a break I can take. Yeah, stretching the bounds. The Earl Grey steeping way past the bitter point. Just stretching the cartilage in the elbow joint. Deleted a draft that I wrote to myself. Staring at the paperbacks lining the shelf. The sirens are wailing on the boulevard, while I'm acting like thinking is incredibly hard. The quietest moments are when the logic connects. You can't force an epiphany down the cortex. Yeah, letting it land, the gentle disguise. Yeah, that's the routine, keeping up the appearance of a focus machine. Gentle disguise, a beautiful fake, seeing exactly how long of a break I can take. Yeah, pacing the room, the sunbeams catching the dust in the air. The cushion is sinking inside of the chair. A handful of syllables starting to bind. It happens whenever you're empty in the mind. Yeah, clearing the cache. A fraction of a milestone. The shadows taking over the floor. Just enough friction to finally lock the door. Let the loot ride. No deadlines in here tonight. The monitor hums a quiet tune, catching the glow of a digital moon. Windows stacked up like a deck of cards, wandering far from my own backyard. Cursor hovering over a sea of text, not even caring what I click on next. Sipping the dregs of a cold green tea, setting the heavy expectations free. Yeah, just letting the rhythm breathe. Lose the map, let the sequence break. Cruising along on a data lake, getting happily lost in the endless scroll. Just a laid back tempo for a tired soul. No finish line, no clock to beat, just a virtual stroll down a random street. Yeah, let the curiosity steer. Nothing but good vibes here. Started on a wiki about a vintage guitar. Now I'm reading up on how to track a shooting star. Every hyperlink is just a brand new door, finding little facts that I can't ignore. Shadows creeping up the apartment wall. I'm just catching the pieces as they slowly fall. Ain't trying to build a masterpiece tonight, just bathing in the wash of the pixel light. You don't always gotta produce, you know? Sometimes the engine just needs to run slow. Let the trivia stack, let the logic bend. The detour is the journey, my friend. Don't force just the puzzle pieces into place. Just enjoy the empty space. Lose the map, let the sequence break. Cruising along on a data lake, getting happily lost in the endless scroll. Just a laid back tempo for a tired soul. No finish line, no clock to beat, just a virtual stroll down a random street. Leave the sessions running, let the screensaver kick in. We can pick the puzzle back up when the morning begins. Keep the frequency loose, catch you on the flip side. Yeah, keeping the pressure at zero, just float in the perimeter. The monitor glowing right in front of my face, operating at a very particular pace. A glass of iced water leaving rings on the wood, putting off the heavy lifting like I probably should. Arranging the sticky notes by the shade of the blue, inventing tiny little missions that I gotta pursue. To the untrained eye, it's a rigorous grind, but I'm just taking a holiday inside of my mind. Yeah, stretching the tape, not climbing a mountain, not entirely still, just coasting the wagon right down the hill. A very specific frequency hovering light, dodging the actual labor, completely out of sight. Yeah, playing it smooth, the minimum quota. Yeah, that's the agenda. Returning to sender, becoming a quiet pretender. The minimum quota, a beautiful scheme, doing just a fraction of the things in the dream. Yeah, keeping it low key. Look completely absorbed. Don't break the focus. Erased a couple of commas, put them right back in. Watching where the shadows end and the street lights begin. Listening to a trumpet solo bleeding through the wall, waiting for the motivation to finally call. The traffic is honking down on the avenue, while I'm carefully deciding what I'm never gonna do. The greatest epiphanies don't need an alarm, they just quietly settle right on your arm. Yeah, catching the dust, not climbing a mountain, not entirely still, just coasting the wagon right down the hill. A very specific frequency hovering light, dodging the actual labor, completely out of sight. You're walking the line, the ink and the roller bar completely unused. The boundary of the workday is slightly confused. A couple of disconnected fragments starting to link. It happens exactly when you're trying not to think. Yeah, letting it breathe. A tiny amount of actual labor, the neon signs blink into life. Just enough friction to validate the day. Just easing back, no countdown today, A brief vibration shook the edge of the shelf, Caught a fragment of text but kept it to myself. From not dodging the dialogue, just pumping the brakes, savoring the silence that the twilight makes. Got a cup of Earl Grey cooling off in the mug, watching the sunbeam stretch across the rug. The concrete jungle is dropping its gears, just letting the heavy pressure disappear. Yeah, taking a breath, I formulate an answer when the mood is aligned. I'm leaving the rushing and the panic behind, because a worthy exchange needs a grounded soul, not an automated reflex out of control. I'll formulate an answer when the shadows arrive. Just letting it drift, no need to force the clock. Got an empty dialogue box waiting for ink, but I'm giving my mental state a second to think. The horizon is bleeding out a crimson shade, while a vintage saxophone starts to serenade. That pending notification is fine where it sits. I refuse to compress my emotions to bits. Gotta let the atmosphere dictate the flow. The authentic expressions always blossom slow, yeah, letting them grow. There's no elaborate mystery or puzzle to crack, just laying the armor down, taking a step back. The whole hemisphere is racing, chasing a trend, but I'm taking a detour before I hit send. A momentary sanctuary far from the screen, just floating completely in this local scene. Yeah, finding the groove. The display turns black, the evening settles down. Just a little more patience, I'll be around. Just letting the pendulum stop swinging. Listen. Unbutton the top collar, finally letting the neck breathe. The hump of the ventilation system just died down. Didn't conquer an empire today, didn't burn one to the ashes either. Just traded a chunk of the calendar for a stamp on the invisible card. Swept the heavy cloth across the dry erase board, leaving nothing but the ghost marks of yesterday's panic. Navigated the entire maze without hitting a single dead end. It's a perfectly mediocre masterpiece, just a straight line drawn in the sand. Chalk it up to gravity, things fall exactly where they have to settle. No trophies on the shelf, no warning letters in the mail. Just maintaining the vital signs, taking the quiet exit out the side door. Yeah, taking the side door. The distant hum of the commute is already starting to whisper, jingling the brass keys deep inside the left pocket. The stack of unread memos stays right where I planted them. They can gather their own dust until the earth rotates back around. There is a specific kind of beauty in the mundane, you know, when the chaos simply forgets your address for a few hours. When the scale balance is dead center, I paid my dues to the clock. The debt is settled, stepping off the carpet, hitting the deadbolt, leaving the silence to guard the room. Let the night shift take over. let the tape roll. Take it real slow. Face the heavy silence when the morning rolled around. Now I've managed to extract a solitary sound, and throwing no parades or calling up the press, just untying a single knot inside this mental mess. Wipe the layer of the dust right off the window pane, letting just a little sunlight penetrate the brain. There's no explosive revelation, no dramatic shift, just catching hold of an anchor so I don't completely drift. Yeah. Feeling the weight, twisting the lens, bringing it into view. No need to redline the engine to make it through. Twisting the lens, focusing the sight, slowly transforming the heavy into the light. Yeah. Taking the reins, let the picture develop. Give it some space. The filament inside the desk lamp humming in the quiet, navigating right through the middle of the riot. One isolated fragment bonding with its mate, a subtle transformation happening on the slate. The silhouettes outside are stretching on the brick while I'm trying to figure out what's really gonna stick. The evolution is undercover, hiding in the seams, but I'm a couple paces closer to unraveling the dreams. Yeah, out of the dark, twisting the lens, bringing it into view. No need to redline the engine to make it through. Twisting the lens, trusting the delay, letting the hazy illusions finally wash away. Holding the frame, a little more shape to the outline. The shadows settling on the pavement, just a minor adjustment, and rest in the eye. Yeah. Just breathing in, no pressure on the dial. Looked at a solid block of wood at the start of the shift. Now I managed to give the heavy burden a lift. I'm not aiming for the gallery or chasing a prize, just clearing a little fog right out of my eyes. Shaved off a rough edge, smoothed out the grain, finding the tiny umbrella in the middle of the rain. It ain't a miracle cure, ain't a magical leap, just making good on a promise I'm trying to keep, yeah. Staying the course, turning the wheel, just a degree at a time. No need to treat the daily hustle like a mountain to climb. Turning the wheel, letting the friction ease, navigating gently through the evening breeze, yeah. Guiding the ship. Trust the compass, keep the rotation slow. The radiator hissing gently in the corner of the room, watching a tiny little thought slowly start to bloom. One isolating whisper syncing up with the bass, a quiet little victory taking its proper place. The highway below is packed with the rushing crowd, while I'm keeping my frequency safely away from the loud. The elevation is subtle, completely under the hood, but I'm standing a little taller than I previously stood, yeah. Out of the static, turning the wheel just a degree at a time. No need to treat the daily hustle like a mountain to climb. Turning the wheel, trusting the gentle spin, slowly discovering the rhythm I'm finally in, yeah. Feeling the groove. A little more polish on the wood, the street lights waking up the neighborhood. Just a silent push forward and walking away. Yeah. Check the dial, just letting the world spin on its own. Phone buzzed about an hour ago, lit up the desk, read a fragment of a line, put the screen to rest. No disrespect, I ain't dodging the thread, just letting the afternoon settle in my head. Espresso cooling off, breeze hitting the blinds, the city down below softly hitting rewind. I'm anchored in the present, stepping out of the race, just catching the rhythm of this quiet space. Yeah, you're gonna hear from me, just not right out the gate. I'm letting the tempo breathe, I'm making it wait. Cause a real conversation needs a delicate touch, not a rapid fire text when you're rushing too much. You're gonna hear from me, just catching the groove. Don't rush the frequency. Got a blinking cursor sitting on a vacant screen, searching for the right words hiding in between the twilight painting shadows on the studio wall, letting one more jazz record quietly fall. That little message waiting is a part of the scene. Sometimes you gotta pause the digital routine, let the sentiment simmer, let the atmosphere brew. The honest words arrive when you don't force them to. No complex alibi, no hidden agenda, just a quiet afternoon that I'm trying to render. The globe spins quick enough without my permission. I'm putting the rush hour on an intermission. Just me, the melody, and the fading light, giving the soul a minute to calibrate right. Yeah, taking 5. The screen blinks twice, then fades into the black. The indigo is heavy, no rushing it back. Give it a minute, I'll hit send. Yeah, just catching the groove. Let the record spin. screen glowing, playing the role for the afternoon, typing nothing to the rhythm of this dusty tune, scrolling down a timeline hoping for a spark, staring at the glass till the room gets dark. Espresso to my left, losing all its heat, got the planner wide open, looking perfectly neat, looking like a boss from a mile away, but my mind took a flight on a holiday. I say I'm on the grind right now, but honestly I'm just letting the clock wind down. Busy looking the part, got my chin on my hand, a dozen open windows, but I'm losing the plan. Busy looking the part, just floating in space. Sometimes doing nothing is setting the pace. Yeah, catch the vibe. Yeah, just let it breathe right here. Files on the desktop, creating the maze, reading one headline, caught in a daze. Tried to brainstorm, sketch a master design, but I ended up watching the sun cross the blind. City lights waking up, painting the glass, watching the hours and the silhouettes pass. Somewhere in the middle of lost and in tune is where the right words usually bloom. Maybe finding the way doesn't mean moving fast. Maybe all the good ideas are saved for the last. Maybe sitting in the silence is a part of the art, letting all the tangled pieces slowly come apart. The screen's going to sleep, the coffee is dry, just a couple good thoughts watching time go by. Dial it back a notch, just finding the pocket. Vibration on the table broke the silence in two. Caught half a sentence while the sky turned to blue. I didn't swipe it away, I just let it lay. Stepping out of the rush, letting the melody play. The coffee is dripping, the tempo is slow. Watching the shadows put on a quiet show. Not avoiding the talk, just avoiding the rush. Trading the digital noise for a momentary hush. Yeah, keeping it grounded, I'll type it out soon, but I'm staying right here, letting the static in my mind disappear. Cause a real dialogue needs a steady baseline, not a quick little text that I rush to design. I'll type it out soon, when the wavelength is clear. Yeah. Don't force the tempo, let the chords resolve. Got the chat open wide, but the keyboard is still. Got a cup of tranquility, I'm trying not to spill. The sun dipping down behind the concrete trees, just catching my breath in the evening breeze. That unread badge is just a dot in the room, while I let these late afternoon thoughts fully bloom. Some words carry weight, you can't just throw them around. Gotta wait till both of my feet hit the ground, yeah. Keeping the balance. No elaborate scheme, no playing it cool, just a quiet rebellion stepping out of the pool. The timeline is racing, everyone's out of breath. I'm just taking a minute to honor the depth of a slow afternoon before the twilight descends. Just me and the quiet making amends, taking it offline. watching the shadows bend, just finding the rhythm before I hit send. Give it a minute, yeah, I'm on my way. Alright, keeping the engine idling, just burning the fuel. Staring at the weather app, predicting the rain, letting the elevator music loop in my brain. Got a fizzy kombucha sitting right by the phone, just pretending I'm stationed in the tactical zone. Organize the digital icons perfectly straight, testing out some new fonts while I casually wait. If the supervisor peeked through the vertical blind, they witness a worker with a heavily occupied mind. You're taking the detour. The photos are labeled, the aesthetic is clean, looking like a highly efficient machine. Ain't moving mountains, ain't totally numb, just working the puzzle until the answers come. Yeah, finding the loophole, idling the motor, parked in the lot, putting up a framework with the little I got. Idling the motor, a quiet ballet, doing just enough to keep the boredom at bay. Yeah, coasting the perimeter. Look the part, keep the wheels spinning. Tracking a delivery that is 3 days away, sweeping all the crumbs off the keyboard tray, adjusting the thermostat up by a single degree, deleting old screenshots out the gallery. The shadows are creeping right across the cement while I'm trying to figure out how the afternoon went. It's a curious cycle, avoiding the sweat but crossing off micro goals that I haven't even set. Yeah, dodging the heavy lifting. The photos are labeled, the aesthetic is clean, looking like a highly efficient machine. Ain't moving mountains, ain't totally numb, just working the puzzle until the answers come. Yeah, holding the cover, idling the motor, parked in the lot, putting up a framework with the little I got. Idling the motor, quiet ballet, doing just enough to keep the boredom at bay. Yeah, running down the battery. The tracking app says it's arriving late. The sunset painting a glowing slate, just enough friction to call it a shift. Alright, low voltage today, just keeping the lights on. A yellow legal pad resting right on the thigh, staring at the ceiling fan spinning on high, doodling a geometric shape on the edge, watering the potted fern up on the ledge. Archived a dozen updates out of the tray, calling it a victory, earning my pay. If a camera was rolling, it looked like a grind, but I'm just taking a stroll through the back of my mind. Yeah, setting the stage, not pushing the boulder, not dropping the ball, just leaning my shoulder up against the wall. A very specific altitude, hovering low, managing the tempo, enjoying the show. Yeah, walking the tightrope, the phantom shift, yeah, that's what we call it. Just keeping a couple of coins inside of the wallet. The phantom shift, nothing heavy to lift, just catching a gentle current and letting it drift. Yeah, cruising along. A adjusting the blinds to block out the glare, sorting through the jackets draped over the chair, sharpening a pencil just to dull it again, watching the shadows stretch across the domain. The local reporter says the highway is jammed while I'm navigating waters perfectly calm. The greatest evolution wears a clever disguise, happening silently right behind the eyes, yeah, under the radar. Not pushing the boulder, not dropping the ball, just leaning my shoulder up against the wall. A very specific altitude, hovering low, managing the tempo, enjoying the show, yeah, keeping it balanced. The chamomile bag, sinking deep in the mud. The twilight is painting the pattern of the rug. A couple of scattered puzzle pieces locked in the brain, just enough rhythm to weather the strain, yeah, earning the rest. A tiny fraction of effort, street lamps flickering to life, just enough motion to justify the ride.